In the beginning of the story, we meet Max. He's telling a therapist about something really strange. How people die just by looking at him. Like seriously, if they see his face, they drop dead. Now the therapist is totally confused. He's like, what? How is that even possible? So Max spills the beans. When he was born, doctors keeled over just because they thought he was a cute baby. Weird, right? To avoid causing a scene, Max's parents decide to move to a quieter place where they don't have to deal with too many people. They go all out, covering Max's face with bandages so that no one sees him. The therapist thinks Max is just depressed. One day, Max decides to unveil his face, and bam, the therapist kicks the bucket instantly. Now that's a shocker. At dinner, Max's parents push him to go out, make friends, and enjoy life. They figure he can't spend his whole life hiding. Max is tired of this bandaged life. He thinks people might assume he got burnt or is some kind of serial killer. He's just a regular teenager who wants a normal life, but he has no clue how to get it. Max tries talking to his friend, but the friend keeps ignoring him. Max gets frustrated and throws his phone, and the friend goes ballistic, hitting him like crazy. Next thing we know, Max is in the hospital with his mom, and people are giving him the evil eye. His mom asks him to grab a magazine, but instead he meets a girl who thinks a magazine won't solve his problems. She gives him her magazine, and Max heads back home after some treatment. Later, the friend comes to apologize. On Valentine's Day, Max is trying to impress his girlfriend when her friend spills the beans about Max's deadly looks. Now the friend is pushing Max to show his face to everyone, and when he refuses, things get physical. Tough day for Max. After that, the restaurant folks kick Max out. His date is ruined and his girlfriend takes off in a huff. Feeling super down, Max decides to give suicide a shot. But then here comes Alex from the hospital. She talks sense into him and takes him to an old folks' home to teach him about how precious life is. It actually works, and Max has a blast there. After leaving the old home, Max asks Alex to hang out again, but she turns him down and leaves. Max gets used to this routine even though he never asks why. Next day, Max goes back to the bus station and finds Alex again. He talks her into going shopping, and they have a great time. People stare at Max like he's an alien, but Alex couldn't care less. Turns out, Alex has a heart issue. If she gets too emotional, her heart acts up, she's on meds and has to take them on the dot. Later, they hit the movies, and Alex reveals that Max is her first real friend. Max is stoked. They visit the old folks' home again and spot a lonely lady waiting for her son on her birthday. He's never shown up. Another lady there drops some truth bombs. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Alex gets emotional and at night wants to feel Max's face. They get under a blanket, Max takes off his bandages and Alex touches his face. Fast forward, Max is gaming with his buddies when Alex calls. She doesn't spill the beans about her health. One of Max's friends gets burned, and they rush to the hospital only to find Alex acting strange and not introducing them to her mom. Max is confused, so when he confronts Alex, she spills the beans. Her mom thinks friendships mess with her health, so she keeps it all under wraps. Max is shook. They visit the old folks' home again, learning about a lady on her deathbed. Alex breaks down, her nose bleeds, and she asks Max for help. She can't bear the waiting and wants him to show his face to set her free from this life. Alright, so Max does it. He shows his face and passes away right away. Since that day, Alex avoids Max, doesn't reply to his texts, and this gets Max all messed up. He ends up having his first ever fight with his parents, leaving them shocked. To chill out, he hangs out with his friend who tries to reach out to Alex but gets no response. Max is so bummed out that he decides to go to Alex's place to talk things through. There, he finds out she's not responding because her health is all over the place. Max is upset for her and realizes he really likes her. Alex doesn't want to lose Max either, because he's her only friend, and she enjoys their time together. Max asks what he can do for her, and she suggests he could donate his heart or take her to a dance. Alex gets all dolled up and shows up at Max's house. Max is excited, but has to put his bandages back on because of her parents. At the dance party, Max and Alex have a blast. They share a dance, and Alex's heart acts up. She gets emotional, and her nose starts bleeding. She rushes to the bathroom, and Max goes to his friend. The restaurant guy shows up, bullies Max, forces him to uncover his face, and Alex passes away. The police come to arrest Max. When he gets out, he rushes to Alex, only to find out she lied. No medicine could help her. Doctors had given her a 16% chance of surviving since she was 16. Alex had accepted it all, and Max came into her life, making her want to be happy. Alex asks Max to show his face. He refuses, leaves angrily, and starts ruining his face. His parents try to stop him, and Max cries while hugging his mother. His friend tries to explain that he needs to do something instead of crying. Alex needs him. Max agrees and visits Alex at the hospital again. They share an emotional moment. Later, Max closes Alex's eyes and reveals his face. Surprisingly, Alex doesn't close her eyes but doesn't feel anything. Instead, she gets into deep emotions and her condition becomes unstable. After Alex's passing, Max realizes she was right. His face isn't a curse. It can help troubled people. He finds a purpose and never forgets Alex. The movie ends on an emotional note. You can watch our more videos by clicking on the screen.